Hello everybody, my name is Crane and this is Ragnarok Online Tips, the show where I guide you through some of the quests and more obscure tips that you might have been having trouble with in the game. Today we are going to take a look at the Sage Job Change quest. For those of you who still either like doing things old school, your server incentivizes this type of job change, or you just have some weird unjustified discrimination against the job changer NPC. Before we start, these are the basic requirements for you to change into the Sage class. You obviously have to be the Mage class, otherwise I do not know why you will be watching this video. Your job level has to be between 40 and 50, but I highly recommend you only change when you reach job level 50, due to the Sage's reliance on Mage spells and because you can just skip the first step of this quest. Once you have your Mage who fulfills these requirements, just head to Juno, and on the upper right corner of the map you will find the Academy, the building that serves as the Sage's headquarters. Inside of this building, you will be looking for the Academy staff NPC, who will start you on your quest to become a Sage. Now, the Sage quest consists of 3 stages, which are as follows. The Written exam, in which you will have to answer 20 multiple choice questions correctly. Flashback to high school, anyone? The Practical exam, in which you will have to kill 3 rounds of monsters, which honestly don't pose too much of a threat. And the Thesis Writing, in which you will be assigned a professor to be your guide and you will have to follow their instructions to construct your thesis, which you will then proceed to hit monsters in the face with because it takes the shape of a book. But before you can even start with these tasks, you will have to pay your entry fee. You can either pay 70,000 Seni out of pocket, bring an old magic book, which are dropped by batteries in the clock tower, and the Necklace of Wisdom, which are dropped by Marses in BLN Dungeon level 3, or be job level 50, in which case you will be granted a scholarship for having mastered the Mage class. I would highly recommend using this one, just kill a little bit more geographers, don't be lazy. After you have paid your entry fee, or been granted a scholarship by your academic overlords, you can just head north and west in the same building and speak with the placement test professor to start your Written exam. Now, there are 3 sets of 20 multiple choice questions each, and the game will assign you one randomly. So instead of showing you the answers for a lot of this, I will leave the answers in the description and just show you the one I got. First question. Choose the jewel that the Morroc jeweler merchant does not sell. That would be a garnet. Question 2. Choose the city where users cannot purchase monster feed from an NPC. That would be Aldebaran. Number 3. Choose the closest city to the maze. That would be Prontera. Number 4. Choose the monster that is a different type than the others, that would be a Penomena. Number 5. Choose the monster with a different attribute, that would be a Giearth. Choose the monster that is a different size, that would be an Argos. Choose the monster which does not drop an Yggdrasil Leaf, that would be a Marduk. Number 8. Choose the NPC that is irrelevant to the priest job change quest. Spoilers. Windsor. Number 9. Choose the NPC that is not a citizen of Morroc, that will be Antonio, he is in Prontera. Choose the Kafra lady who has gorgeous blue hair, that will be Pavianne. Number 11. Choose the skill that is irrelevant to learning Wall of Fire, a Mage skill, that will be Napalm Beat at level 4. Number 12. How much SP can be restored when learning SP recovery at level 6 without being affected by intelligence, that would be 18 SP. Number 13. How many ink points does a mage receive as a bonus at job level 33? That would be 4. Number 14. Choose the correct speed consumptions and the skill duration from Improved Concentration at level 5, the Archer skill. That would be 45 for the skill duration and 80 seconds. Number 15. Choose the skill that is irrelevant to learning Maximize Power, the Blacksmith skill. That would be Skin Tempering. Number 16. What is the correct defense rate and ability rate of the Cute Ribbon? That will be 1 and speed plus 20. Number 17. Choose the class that cannot equip Saint Robe, that will be the Thief. Number 18. Choose the abnormal status that cannot be cured by Green Potion, that will be Curse. Number 19. Choose the correct name for the ancient kingdom that disappeared somewhere in Jeffen, that will be Jeffenia. And number 20. Choose the correct name for the tree that has become the root of this world. Of course, that is Yggdrasil. Now, after you have gotten at least 80 points in the Written exam, you can put your brain to rest and just smack things in the face with a stick in the Practical exam. In the room just across the one you enter for the Written exam, in the room, speak with the test professor and you will be transported into a waiting room. In case there are other crazy people doing this quest instead of just using the job changer NPC in your server, then you will have to wait until they are done with their exam before it's your turn. Otherwise, if you are the only one in this room, and you will be, then just enter the chat room from the waiting room NPC and you will be transported to the exam room. There are 3 rounds to this exam. In the first one, you will have to murder 8 Chanchens and 8 Fabres. Just use Firewall and you're done. On the second one, you will have to kill 24 Lunatics, which are passive, so just hit them until they die. On the third one is just a Whisper. Just kill the aggressive one with a Firebolt and you are done. Easy peasy. Depending on how well you did in the written and the practical exam, the test professor will assign you a guide for your thesis. You can either get biology, history or physics professors. I got the biology one, which you can find in the museum to the right of the academy. If you get this one, you will have to give him 2 sets of items, from water and insect monsters respectively. For the water set, you can get one of 3 different options. Here are the options and where to get them. Set 1, which is the one I got. 5 tendons, which you can get from marine spheres in BL and Dungeon level 3. 5 nippers, which you can get from Badons in BL and Dungeons level 1 and 2. Sharp scales times 5, which you can get from Swordfish in the BL and Dungeon level 3. Second set. 5 clam flesh, which you can get from Shellfish in Komodo Field 5, aka where you can find seals. 5 nippers, as I said, from Badon in BLN 1 and 2. And 5 Heart of Mermaid. Just, if you're an alchemist, you know where this one is the Obion in the BL and Dungeon level 3. Set 3. 5 single cells, which you can get from Plankton in the BL and Dungeon level 1, jackpot. 5 tentacles, hydras are like everywhere, but especially in BL and Dungeons in all levels, as I said, jackpot. And 5 fish tails, you can get them from Fen in BL and Dungeon level 3, just use Lightning Bolt and Firewall as needed. Give the items to the dude and he will give you a lecture and let you move on. For the insect set, you can get one of 4 different sets. Here are the options. Set 1. 5 cobwebs, which you can get from Argos in Mjolnir 10, aka 3 maps down of Aldebaran. 5 shells, which you can get from Chuncheons or Steel Chuncheons. You should have some of this from your practical exam. Hope you didn't toss them. 5 insect fillers, which you can get from Thief Bug males. Usually, you can find those in Colbert. Set 2, which is the one I got. 5 moth dust, which you can get from Dustiness south of Aldebaran. 5 snail's shell, which you can get from Umber Knight north of the Orc Dungeon entrance map. Just be careful with the orcs. 5 horns, which you get from horns, obviously, west and then north of Prontera. Set 3. It's 5 mantis sites, which you can get from mantises south of Luyang. 5 worm peeling. All of the ants in Anthill drop these, just don't get killed by the Maya while trying to get this. And 5 rainbow shells, which you can get from Stainer in a lot of places, but I like Jeffen north then east. And set number 4 would be 5 cobwebs, which as I said you can get from Argos in Mjolnir 10. 5 mantis site, as I said, mantis south of Luyang. And 5 solid shell. Mantis drops this too, but you can get it from Cornutus, which is my recommendation because it's in BL and Dungeon level 2. And when you give these items to the biology professor, he will ask you to bring your own items to write your thesis. Thankfully, these are easy. It's 1 feather of birds, which you can get from a Piki south of Morroc. 1 animal skin, which you can get from Bigfoot in the same map the mantises were, or from Desert World and Desert World Babies, 2 maps south of Prontera. 1 trunk, in which you will need to kill some elder willows in the Pavianne east and south. The drop rate on this one is a little rough, but it's the best bet you have. Squid ink, which you can get from Mars in BL and Dungeon level 3. Hopefully you have one of these from your 100 trips to this dungeon by now. And 1 empty bottle. Kill a pouring or just buy one. As soon as you give the items to the biology professor, he will congratulate you on your thesis and give you a book with 3 slots, which represents your hard-earned academic results and will allow you to change into a sage. If you get a history professor, just head north of the room with the written exam and he will ask you to bring one of the following items. Yggdrasil Leaf, Berry or Seed. Your best bet honestly on this one is just to buy one. It's tough luck. Otherwise you can kill leaf cats until you get a seed, I guess, but these are rough items to get, man. Thankfully, this is the only thing you'll have to bring to him other than the writing supplies I mentioned before with the biology professor. He will give you the book and you can move on. If you get the physics professor, I hope you have a thief and an archer friends, cause this is an annoying one. Leave the academy and head to the building just up north. Here you will find the professor who will ask you to prove the laws of physics and bring him 3 sets of items. The first set is just 30 stone, which is annoying to get if you don't have a thief with big stone, since you have to kill a bunch of megaliths in the northern cave of Komodo. The second set is 50 crystal, stone and wind arrows, which are simple enough if you have access to the archer with Make Arrow or a friend who has Make Arrow as a skill. Otherwise, you'll just have to buy them. I'm sorry about this one. The third set is just 1 holy water, which you can get from Merman in BLN Dungeon level 5. Or, I just recommend you buy one from a vendor, it's way easier. After you bring him the 3 sets, he will ask you for the same writing supplies as the other 2 professors and will give you your hard-earned book. With your thesis in hand, then you can proceed to head to the Dean, who will change you into a sage. He is in the building in the northwestern corner of Juno. Just speak to him and congratulations! Your extremely long and annoying item gathering and knowledge testing has come to an end, and you can now relax and lightning bolt some Siromas while moving. Thank you for watching, see you next time! Stay tuned for more tips and videos regarding Ragnarok Online and other games.